right, you can talk about this next one because I have nothing to say.
I was gonna let you lead the conversation, but that's fine. So the next point of business we have here is a Shams athletic report, basically laying out the structure in which the Nets are going to find their next head coaching candidate, right? And some of the names that were listed in there were Jacques Vaughn, who is the current assistant under Kenny Atkinson. He's done, in my opinion, he's done a great job, right? He's done more than just coach the basketball team. He's made sure to have all his players like registered to vote. He's teaching them about like social issues. He's using the bubble for more than just bless
Corona.
you, Jesus. He's using the bubble for more than just – I'm going to ignore that you said that – for more than just basketball. Also on the list is Jason Kidd, former Nets coach and Lakers assistant. Ime Udoka, who's a 76ers assistant, formerly of the San Antonio Spurs, I believe. And Jeff Van Gundy, who I just have ESPN on there. But he used to coach – he used to coach the Knicks and the Rockets. Do you have any thoughts on the names listed here?
My whole thing with the Nets, they should never let Kenny Atkinson go in the first place. If you're going, my opinion.
See, that's where you and I disagree, right? But I'll let you keep going.
Okay, so Kenny Atkinson did a great job, developed young players, made a lot, made Brooklyn what it is today with KD, Kyrie, and whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see what he did with D'Lo. They had Jared Allen, Joe Harris. They've obviously drafted really well, bouncing back. If they're going to go, I don't think they should go outside higher. I think they should stick with their interim, Jacques Vaughn. He's obviously had a relationship with these players prior to this season. He's continuing it with it. He knows, what these players can do, their strengths, their weaknesses. He's had time to grow. I don't think it's smart for the Nets to kind of go outside the box. I mean, they've been homegrown talent for the past 5, 6, 10 years. There's never been a huge marketplace. It's always been the Knicks. Why not just?
But it's still New York.
Exactly, but why not just keep the kid? Why not just keep the kid in town? That's the only way I feel about it. I think they should keep who they have now. Jason Kidd was in Milwaukee and he did whatever. Ty Lue obviously has a good track record. JVG hasn't coached in a while. He's just kind of been an analyst. I don't know. I think you should just keep Jock. What's the big deal? I mean, to be honest with you, I could care less. I don't think it's really going to make a difference because Kyrie and KD are going to lead the team anyway. They're going to be the leaders on the court, off the court.
Right.
So who cares who you bring in? But why not just keep who you have now? Because obviously something's working.
I'm glad you brought up that it's KD and Kyrie kind of leading, going to help leading the search. And when Sean Marks was asked it earlier when he fired Kenny Atkinson and they started talking about, incumbents, if they're going to start looking, he said that each player is going to have an equal say in who the coach is, right? And that's just not true, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the opinion of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan, right? Whether he deserves the same weight or not, he's going to get the same weight.
Yeah.
Just because they pay him like he has the say, and he does have the say. That's probably one of the reasons Kenny Atkinson got fired, because DeAndre Jordan didn't like sitting on the bench, right? In favor of Jared Allen, and that's okay. But I agree with you, Nick. I think it should be Jacques Vaughn. Jacques Vaughn, like I said, has made the bubble focus on more than just basketball, and to me, Kyrie should be like thumbs up, right? That's phenomenal. Like, Kyrie didn't want to have the bubble because there were more important social issues going on. And while I don't disagree with him, if that's what you want your coach to be, like more of a teacher figure outside of basketball, Jacques Vaughn has proved that he just did that, right? Jacques Vaughn has proven that he's doing it. And that's not to say Ime Udoka, Jason Kidd, Ty Lue, JVG can't do it. But Jacques Vaughn is doing it right now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I see, and at this point, we've talked about how this bubble is a huge bonding experience for the team. Um, it's just straight basketball, boys on boys, everyone hanging out together all day, every day, getting food together, breakfast, lunch, dinner, practice, training, all this stuff. He's so heavily involved, his hands deep in all this stuff.
Yeah.
Taking him out of the locker room, who knows? Maybe it's going to hurt even more. And you bring in somebody from outside, Jay Kidd, Ty Lue, JVG, and who knows how that's going to impact the team. Are they even going to be able to be the leader?
Right. I think it's Ty. Like if I were to power rank them right now,
yeah,
and this is like who I think is going to get this job, I think it's Ty Lue number one, right?
Yeah.
Because Ty Lue has that championship pedigree. He's got the history with Kyrie from Cleveland, followed by Jacques Vaughn. You can't look at what Jacques Vaughn did and has done and be like, this dude doesn't deserve the job, right? He obviously deserves a job, right? I think after that is Ime Udoka. I don't know much about Ime Udoka. I know that he used to be on the Spurs staff with Popovich, and now he's on, Brett Brown's staff with the 76ers. He comes up in a lot of coaching searches, probably just because he's that Spurs tree, and a lot of coaches around the league are, also from that Spurs tree. You look at Budenholzer being the main one there. I think.
I mean, if you want to talk about 76, okay, so you think he's the 76ers assistant. I think the Sixers is. I don't think they make any noise in the playoffs, and I think Brett Brown's gone after this year.
Right, and if you want Ime Udoka, as a coach, you can probably bring him on as an assistant. If Brett Brown gets fired, they're going to can that entire staff and start from new. So if you want Ime Udoka on your staff, you can take the risk and just wait and hope he comes on as an assistant. But he's got ties to San Antonio, so does Sean Marks. That's where I was going with that one. I think Jason Kidd is probably not last, second to last. I think Jeff Van Gundy's last. I think Jeff Van Gundy is brought into these interviews, and I think a lot of these are brought into interviews from like sports analyst like backgrounds, because I feel like they want to see the interviewee, in this case Sean Marks and the Nets, wants to see like what they see as an analyst. Maybe it's different than what a coach sees, but Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy, has been coaching for a while, so I think he has a definite pedigree as well.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't think the head coach really is going to mean too much next year. With the team already established, with the leaders like KD and Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan, I don't think it's going to mean too much. But if it means something, then you should keep it out.
Yeah, in a perfect world, they bring on Ty Lue and have Jacques Vaughn as an assistant, but we don't live in a perfect world, and that's probably not going to happen because Jacques Vaughn has probably proved that he deserves a job in a 10-game sample, that he deserves some consideration for a head coaching job. At least that's my opinion.